Have you seen a change in the market? Maybe this summer wasn't quite as busy as you expected. What about the fall season? It was even slower. How do we keep up with a changing market? Well, like many industries, you have busy seasons, you have slow seasons. You have certain years that are way busier than others. But yet, with a house, townhome, condo, an apartment, office complex, industrial property, the property didn't change. The property's not moving anywhere. But how do I keep up with the market? Well, for any property, we have three main elements to consider on our property to keep up with whatever may be going on in the market. Number one, we have to keep the property attractive. When you think of a house, townhome, condo, office complex, those are the four that sometimes have a problem with appearance and attractiveness. For a house, when's the last time it's been updated? Do you still have carpet from the 80s? Maybe a stove from the 70s? Did you like that when you lived there? Or when you were in a house of that age? Do you think someone's going to like that today? Office complexes have a challenge because the tenant who left may have been there for a long time. How much work do I put into the property because I don't know what kind of tenant's coming in next? It's a very valid question. But we have to keep the properties attractive. So no matter what type of property you have, there are basic things we can do so that when the customer arrives, the property looks pretty, looks clean. Could I be here? That's the first question they're going to ask when they see the property. And when they open the door. When they open the door, oh yeah, this is nice. I could be here. Or do they open the door? Oh my. Oh, I think we're good. We can go on to the next one. Which reaction do you want out of your prospective customer? Most of us want that first reaction. Now, once we have the property attractive, what's our second item? It has to be advertised. Big companies, especially retail companies, spend millions of dollars to make sure the public knows about their product. We do not have that kind of budget to advertise individual properties, but we still have to advertise. So when we go to advertise, who are we advertising to? A condo might be a different person than a house. A house is a different person than an apartment. An apartment is going to be a very different customer from an office building. An industrial property. We all have different tenants. So do we know our customer? Once we know our customer, we know where to market. And we can get it in front of them. Now, when we market the property, did we take photos when we first bought it? Maybe we even used the listing photos because they were pretty. But how old are they? Was it from 1990? Maybe they could be updated. We need the presentation to also be attractive because that's what they're going to see before they even see the property. And there's one more. Number 3. What have we seen in the past couple of years? A lot of things have gotten really expensive. But then other things are starting to change. Prices go up and down. How does that apply to a rental property? It's still supply and demand. When the market has less available supply, prices are going to go up. But when supply becomes more, demand is less because there's more available, prices come down to compete. Where is your property priced? Are you still priced at a number that's a year or two out of date? Has your property sat for an unnecessary length of time? Are you making any money while the property is vacant? No, you're not. So when you average in all those zeros, what does that do for your annual average? You remember from grade school, anytime you added a zero into an average, sometimes that was really hard to get that average back up. Well, that rule absolutely applies on your property. The more zeros that are in that annual budget, the faster that budget falls. Is your property at the right price? In the rental world, time moves quickly. So when we put the property up for rent, if we want to start a little high, we have the time. But we cannot stay there if we are not getting the traffic. So we lower the price a little bit. With a changing market, it's necessary. In 2022, everybody was really happy to increase their price. But when the market slows down, are you prepared to also lower your price? Sometimes it's necessary for the bigger picture. If you have a property that's maybe starting to concern you, maybe you have some worries, let's talk. Let me hear the challenges that you're concerned about. Let me hear the positives that you have had. Maybe we can put together a better plan. My name is Baron McWright with Northeast Florida Realty.